Good morning, I'm Mr. Padachi.
And I'm Tyson Kiaho.
And this is Spartan Shield News. Today we have bathroom issues, a spotlight on Mr. Lucas, and Marvel trivia.
Bathrooms, a necessity for all human beings. Unfortunately, administration has limited students' ability to use restrooms, from rarely having them open to not having easily accessible gender-neutral bathrooms for trans students. Here with more on that, our reporters Ryan Zuniga and Carla Robles.
This is Carla Robles reporting on the new restroom policy. With
Andy Gonzalez.
how do you feel about the new restroom policy?
I don't like it because there's only one restroom available for all the students in the school, and there's a bunch of students, so it's really unfair, and I just don't like the new policy.
Has it affected you any way during your class time?
Yeah, because I have to walk across campus most of the time, and it's just not fair that I have to walk back and forth every single period if I have to go to the bathroom.
We are with.
Cynthia,
How do you feel about the new restroom policy?
I feel like the 10-minute rule is pretty limiting to girls because we have our necessities to do.
How do you feel about the current amount of restrooms being open, such as one restroom being open?
Uh, it's bad because sometimes you have to walk a lot and take time out of your class time, and sometimes the restrooms are crowded.
Hi, I'm reporter Ryan Zuniga. I'm here with Saturn Santana, a student at Huntington Park High School. So, Saturn, what has been your experience with the lack of gender-neutral restrooms for students?
It's terrible. It's because the gender neutral bathrooms are closed, always closed. As someone who is non-binary, and I have to use the female restroom because I was born female. I feel very uncomfortable whenever I go to the females restroom because whenever I come out, they're assuming that I'm a girl because I went to the females restroom, which makes me really sad about it. But our school is also known as we have gender neutral bathrooms, which is always closed for some odd reason. I was told that it's closed because staffs use them. Okay? I understand staffs they help around the school, but like a gender neutral bathroom should be called staff bathrooms, not gender neutral, because it's for someone who doesn't feel comfortable using the other bathrooms.
Thank you. Here with Mr. Coppersmith, a teacher at Huntington Park High School. So, what are your thoughts on the lack of gender-neutral restrooms for students?
That's a very interesting question. A few years ago, when this first came up as a significant issue at the school, the previous principal had made the ruling in accordance with district policy at the time that a student who identified as non-binary, trans, or was identifying as a different gender than their birth gender on that day could use whichever restroom they identified with at the time. And it was felt at that time that this was a big concession. Unfortunately, we know this isn't exactly the best move because, first of all, 60% of students that do not identify with their birth gender do not use the bathroom at school at all because they do not feel socially comfortable entering the bathroom that they do have the ability to use. This results in a huge amount of health problems for those students. In addition, you look at the teacher bathrooms. The teacher bathrooms are gender neutral. That suggests clearly that a similar accommodation could be made for the students. Third, we now have portable, were just constructed bathrooms, and they are in fact gendered. We had the opportunity to do something that we didn't. And when we look at the thing that we had the opportunity to do, in 2020, Bostock versus Clayton County, it was determined that Title IX protections existed for LGBTQ people in the workplace, which would include students. The year later, in 2021, June, the Department of Education stated that those protections clearly did extend to students and their use of bathrooms. Finally, last November, Thurmond, the state superintendent of education, said he was going to expand the project of non-gender conforming bathrooms on campuses, and so far we haven't seen a whole lot. I strongly think there needs to be a gender-neutral option on campus because, quite simply, if people are not comfortable, if people are not healthy, they cannot be the best that they can be.
Thank you.
That's what you need.
While changes cannot be made overnight, some improvements can be implemented immediately, like opening up more student restrooms to reduce crowds, leaving restrooms open throughout the school day, relaxing the enforcement of bathroom passes, and clarifying if a gender-neutral restroom is for students or staff. Small changes like these can improve students' feelings towards Huntington Park High School. We would finally be heard on an issue that we've been dealing with since at least 2019. In a school that prides itself on being inclusive and progressive, it's ironic that there's no place gender non-conforming students can use the restroom, and that people on their periods can't go to the restroom immediately with no problem. This only prompts the hope that the upcoming modernization that HPHS will go through in the ensuing years will bring modern accommodations like a much-needed all-gender restroom for students.
Let's just hope restrooms are more accessible in the future. Up next, we have Mayrita Diaga doing a spotlight on Mr. Lucas, a new teacher recently added to the music department.
I'm Diaga, and we're going to be doing a spotlight on our new music teacher, Mr. Lucas. How is teaching different from teaching with Miss Anthony?
Teaching without Miss Anthony and by myself is different just in the fact that I don't have someone in real time to lean on for advice. It's also brought up a lot more confidence in me when it comes to teaching. As a first-year teacher, I was pretty nervous in the beginning, but slowly and surely I'm getting more confident, and being by myself is helping me build confidence.
What made you want to be a teacher?
I just really wanted to give back towards the community. Music changed my life, and I wanted to be able to change students' lives in meaningful ways. Some people may not know if they like music until they try it. So by being able to have more classes on this campus, I just hope that more students will come to enjoy music now and in the future.
What advice would you give someone that wants to start playing an instrument?
The number one advice that I give is don't give up. Learning an instrument can be frustrating at times, especially when you're expecting results early on. So just keep working hard at it. Use the frustrations as a growing opportunity as a musician.
And that's a wrap on our spotlight for our new music teacher, Mr. Lucas. Back to the studio.
Glad we got to know more about Mr. Lucas. Up next, we have some Marvel trivia with our graduating seniors at their senior movie night. Here on that is reporter Melissa Badachi.
Hi, I'm here with
Julio.
Cram.
Okay, so the first question is, who was the first person to find out Peter was Spider-Man in the Tom Holland version?
His best friend, I forgot his name.
Ned, right?
Ned, yeah.
Okay. Who is the main villain in Infinity War?
Thanos.
Who was the first Avenger?
Iron Man.
Captain America.
See, that's what I've been thinking, but like,
Hi, I'm
technically.
here with
Brianna.
Emily. So the first question is, who was a part of the Sinister Six, Spider-Man's villains?
Ooh, part like one person?
All six.
Oh, Otto Octavius. Kurt Connors, no? The lizard guy.
Yeah, I don't know the names.
Sandman, that sand guy. The doctor. Doc Ock? No, I already said him. The electricity guy. Electra, there we go. Oh, Norman. I forgot his name, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And Venom?
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm here with
Coach Bonsteel. And Coach Ramos?
So the first question is, who was the first person to find out Peter was Spider-Man in the Tom Holland version?
Captain America.
The grandma. Oh. Maybe?
Huh?
Not the grandma?
No.
Aunt May.
No.
Mary Jane. Green Goblin.
No.
Captain America.
No. It was Iron Man.
Oh.
Whatever.
It's the same thing. Captain America, Iron Man, no?
No.
Oh. They all wear steel.
Who was the main villain in Infinity War?
Thanos.
Correct.
Purple guy.
Who was the first Avenger?
Captain America.
Yeah.
Why though?
Because he's the first Avenger.
But why?
In 1941.
He's too old.
No, in 1941 he gets the injections.
Oh, but it okay.
Can you name the original 6 Avengers?
Captain America.
Thor,
Iron Man.
Hulk,
Thor, Hulk, and Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah. Who is a part of the Sinister Six, Spider-Man's villains?
Green Goblin,
Green Goblin,
Octopus.
Sandman, Venom. No, not Venom.
Yeah.
And
Shot guy.
is Spawn in there?
No, the shot guy.
Oh yeah, his best friend Harry.
The Green Goblin.
No, that's his dad.
But the best friend is the Hot Goblin.
That was fun. Now on to our sports update with Denise Perez.
Hi, it's Denise Perez with your sports update. In sport news, our spring sports have begun. Softball had their first game against Montebello and unfortunately lost. And baseball had their game canceled. Other sports that have begun are track. They are practicing for their meet coming up soon. And football has been training for next year. Back to the studio.
I'm Tadachi.
And I'm Tyson Kiaho.
And this is Spartan Shield News.